It's Jinchuriki versus Jinchuriki in my review of Naruto Shippuden, episode 325. It just doesn't seem fair, does it? I mean, you gotta give the fillers some credit. They really try. They try really hard. But try as they might, canon fucking whips its ass. I love canon material, especially canon material that's done well and has some pretty decent animation attached to it, and this episode had it all in spades. And there were even a few things that they added in which I really liked, particularly at the beginning of the episode. They're trying to get you used to seeing Roshi again, and I know why they're doing this, and the manga readers know why they're doing this too. And you know what? If you're gonna bitch about seeing new material, there you go. At the beginning of the episode, they added that short battle between Roshi the Four Tails and Kisame, and I just love seeing Kisame again. It's good to hear his voice. Not to mention, it's just great to see Roshi in action, even though the battle was short-lived and maybe wasn't as impressive as the Utakata versus Pain fight. I'm glad that they at least added this little bit in. It's just cool to see him transform and have the lava all over its body. Totally wicked. Things really pick up though when we finally go back to the forest and we get to see both Killer Bee and Naruto have to fight against all of the Jinchuriki and their awesome abilities. And they're all really fast and really quick, and I love the way that they're flying through the forest. I know that's kind of a weird thing to say. When have you never seen ninjas flying through the forest in Naruto before? But it's just great to see all the Jinchuriki finally together and fighting against each other. It's just truly, and I hate this word, epic. Nah, I love it. It's a great word. Epic. So Yugito tries to be all like fucking Wolverine. She's got like these claws and she tries to attack Naruto. And Roshi even manages to get one good hit on Naruto's face, which leaves a pretty nice burn on his face. One of my favorite of the Jinchuriki is definitely Han. He's that one who has like all of that weird samurai armor all over his body and he has the steam constantly coming out of him. I always play as him in the Ultimate Ninja Storm 3 game. And I love his actual initial giant form. It's like a dolphin horse. It's the weirdest thing ever, but it's awesome. You gotta love when Han came out of nowhere and just kicks Naruto right in the face. Naruto got it in the face a lot this week. So I actually expected that most of this episode was going to pretty much just be Naruto and Bee fighting against the Jinchuriki, but that's not the case. What I really liked is that in the middle of the episode, they actually go back to a lot of the different parts of the battlefield to see what's going on. And I love this because it just makes the stakes a lot higher and it makes everything seem a lot more crazier. Like, I don't know why some people have been complaining that maybe this hasn't felt like a war. I don't know what you're watching, but this looks intense as shit. And there were a lot of really great cameo scenes like Shino and Hinata. There was Kuratsuchi and her father. Freaking Darui was taking out some Zetsus. I especially liked the build-up with Kakashi Guy and the last of the 7 swordsmen, Mangetsu. But it's not long before we get back to that awesome Jinchuriki action and we get to see Killer Bee go completely all out. He essentially transforms into his giant octopus form and then he does this giant twister move with Naruto attached to him and he just creates this giant tornado that just destroys the entire landscape and essentially creates a giant fighting arena, which is perfect for them. So while all the Jinchuriki are incapacitated, Bee tries to use this sealing technique where he spits up these ink clones of himself which attach themselves to the Jinchuriki and they're going to slowly try to envelop them. But before they can do that, they all explode into their Jinchuriki forms with the black and red chakra, and it looks really cool. What I love especially about this is that each and every one of them has a very specific design to them that slightly resembles the creature that's inside of them. So all the Jinchuriki just start gang rushing Killer Bee and Naruto. They start whipping up on Naruto, and you even have Utakata, which I love this scene because it's kind of a callback to the last episode, and I didn't really even think about this. When he grabs Utakata, he actually uses those weird corrosive acid abilities in his hand, and it burns him completely. And I love this scene because then they all start bombing on Naruto, and they start to throw him towards the ground where Roshi's about to do this really massive lava technique that luckily the Eight Tails is able to block, but he does take a really huge hit from that. Probably my favorite scene of the episode, though, was you get to see this giant wall of lava, and then all of a sudden, Han, in his 5-tail form, just explodes through and then just, like, stabs the Eight Tails with his horns and sends him flying across the battlefield. And this is followed by Toby just jumping into the air and getting ready to capture Naruto, declaring basically, as soon as I touch you, I win. And then, all of a sudden, Kakashi and Guy just show up out of nowhere to save Naruto and give us a badass pose. So I'm really, really pumped up by this episode, and I thought they made a lot of really good choices with it. First and foremost, the animation was pretty good this week. I really don't have too many bad things to say about it. Now, I already know that a lot of the manga readers are probably not going to like that extra stuff they added at the very beginning of the episode, But still, I really enjoyed it. I'm glad they added it in there, and it's going to make sense for the coming episode, which is going to apparently have to deal with Roshi himself. So I think that was a very good decision on the animation team's part. All the action this week, freaking great, really fluid. Like I said, it's the little things. I liked when they were running through the forest, all of them. They each had like their distinctive look to them. They all had their special abilities that they could use. If I only had one complaint, it's just I wish I could get to know all of them personally. All the action this week was really awesome, and this is an action anime series, so I totally was digging all of that. I think Roshi was definitely demonstrating he's one of the most powerful of the group. Obviously, he's one of the older of the Jinchuriki, so probably he has a lot more experience. So as far as entertainment value goes and action anime goes, and as a fan of Naruto, I really have no complaints about this episode. I liked the art, I liked the action, I even liked the music, which kind of reminded me of the old Naruto series, believe it or not, mostly with all the cool guitar riffs. So I'm going to give this episode a 10 out of 10. I just really, really enjoyed it, and I think Naruto fans are totally going to like this week's episode, and you guys definitely need to check it out. So there it is, 10 out of 10. If you guys did see this week's episode of Naruto Shippuden, I'd love to know your thoughts about it. Let me know about your favorite moments, your favorite action scenes, and who is your favorite Jinchuriki of the bunch. You can let me know with your comments below. And remember guys, before you leave, make sure and give this video a thumbs up. It's one of the best ways to support our videos. And you could also check out some of the other videos up top, and make sure and thumbs up and subscribe. I will see you next time guys. Super Kami Guru 9000, out.